Uh, shit. So my first experience with Open Doors was actually like a practice session for the film club. I got to be behind camera two, and it was amazing. Kind of blew my mind being my first semester at BCC, being behind a full-fledged studio camera. I've worked on two Open Doors since then, doing still photography, and it was my first time holding like a legitimate camera, being able to mess around with exposure and lighting, it, learning all that stuff very fast and in that setting was just really exciting and very informative. I even got to shadow the director for the last Open Doors, where I learned how to be an assistant director. And yeah, my bad. My name's Christopher Guerrero, and I worked on two Open Doors programs.
Let's have a conversation. Yeah. So, like, what are you gaining from editing open doors?
So from editing Open Doors, I actually get a chance to get experience on working on live television studio recordings. That way I could see it and see how to approach it, put lower thirds on it. And the fact that it's going to go on TV, it gives an added pressure, but at the same time, it has more value to it. It doesn't feel like I'm doing like a simple student project. It feels like I'm doing something of value, which makes me want to like try harder and approach it like it's in the business. Yeah, it gives me an idea of how the business is too. The professor is giving me some editing notes, and then I'll just take it and apply it. Then send. Oh, the great. Also the feedback, like sending him emails, and then he will send emails back to me, or we'll have a one-on-one conversation, and then during that process, I got to feel or understand how directors approach editors and editors approach directors through email and communication of that nature. But besides that, man, I mean, it's cool, man. The whole fact, like I said, that it's going to be broadcast on TV, that's pretty cool.
Who are you?
My name is Ingvar Dennis. I'm on my final semester of BCC, or at BCC, in the media and digital film production. I got into this program because I like editing. I have a YouTube channel in which I was producer, director, scriptwriter, everything. And editing was the part that I liked the most. And I thought, you know what, I want to get into the business and learn as much as I can before I get into the business. So I went to BCC, or I'm in BCC, and I approach it in an editing standpoint.
So, my next, actually, can you fix that? Put a mic into my new shirt because I'm a white shirt. I don't want to start with mic.
You want it inside my shirt?
Yeah, just bring it out, bring it up a little bit.
All that noise from that is gonna be. I thought my black shirt was gonna be good.
But now it's so dear. I don't want to get
Is this so short?
okay. So, Dennis, what else have you done on? What else have you done on open doors? On like,
Are you changing the framing? Because I want to say who I am again. Oh, you did change the framing. All right, cool. Sorry, I could use. I could just say it again through this. So, my name is Ingvar Dennis. I'm in the media and digital film program, and my name is Ingvar Dennis, and I'm in the media and digital film production program, in which I learn about film production, studio production, creating a script, uh, editing, which is pretty much the reason why I came into this program, so I can learn more about editing and the fact that they have Premiere programs and Avid programs to edit on. or Avid software and Premiere software to edit on is the reason why this made it even great for me to join this program.
So,
Cool.
besides the editor for Open Doors, right? What else have you done on Open Doors, and how has it changed your approach on any aspect of your production life?
So beside editing, I've been a question asker, I guess if you want to say that. But I've been an audience member in which I asked questions. I asked a question that was sent via tablet or through the internet, and I would ask the question to the guest that was on the panel. And the great thing about that was the fact that I was able to communicate with the guests. I mean, we do get to communicate with them after, but while they're on panel, while they're focused and ready to answer questions, I was able to communicate with them and listen to their feedback and listen to their honest opinions on how the business is run within their respective field. And yeah, I got to see the tablet of the questions that people asked, and people are curious, especially the students in other schools are curious to know more about the field, just like I am. So it made it feel as if this community is a community I'm involved in.
So you come as the TV.
Cool. What do you mean TD? I also did camera. Are we doing that too?
God damn.
I did camera.
Your
Yeah.
pricing.
So let's stick on this. Let's not do studio until I finish camera. Cool.
All right. So camera.
Mhm.
So, have you ever worked on any? Are you going to start from the beginning as well too? Have you ever worked on?
Including my name?
Well, you don't have to, but if you choose to. Yeah. Have you ever worked on any live production before you have to camera up? And if so, what have you taken away from camera up on this live production?
So in Open Doors, I was actually crew member on the floor. I worked on the camera 1, which is the most active one. It's the one that faces the camera 1, which is the more active one. It's the one that faces the guest. And if they had 3 guests, I would be on either do a 3-shot or do a 2-shot, or sometimes I would have to get the individual ones. And the great part about that is I got to understand the cues that the AD or the director would tell. Like camera 1, can I get a tight shot? So it felt like I was in a real TV studio, like in a real live production. And the pressure of making sure you change your frame or your shots quick was there, but after practice and going through it over and over, I got really good at it. And I like working on the floor. I like working on camera.
Let's do the TV. And then I
Okay.
have one person question afterwards.
Cool.
All right. So, technical director. What is a technical director in the studio, and how did you play? What role did you play in as a technical director in the Open Doors?
So a technical director. I also did technical directing in Open Doors because it's pretty much editing. So anything involving in editing, I wanted to be a part of. So as a technical director, you're doing live editing. The director would be right beside you, giving the cues, telling you camera 1 ready, then take camera 1, camera 2. So it's pretty much switching between the cameras or the audience member or playback, whatever is necessary to make the whole live production go from point A to point B. And yeah, that's pretty much editing. Editing is putting 2 clips together. Technical director is pretty much putting 2 shots together as directed by the director. So from that, I got to feel the whole feel of being on a live production set, and what it would feel like to be, or what it would feel like to have someone tell you when to cut or what to cut to, and then be able to quickly transition between the two cuts. I also worked on a board on a, what did you call that, Ryan?
Black Magic. Black Magic switcher.
I worked on the Black Magic.
Makes it
I was able to work on the Black Magic switchboard. Is that what it's called, right?
you actually mixing console.
Mixing console. There we go. Also, I was able to work on the Blackmagic mixing console, which is pretty much what the director or the technical director works on between the cuts. So it's like a switcher board where you just have like camera one, like it has two panel areas in which you could go from camera one to camera two to camera three. So you gotta have like good gaming fingers, which I do, or typing fingers, and be able to easily switch from like your pinky to your index finger without even thinking about it. So yeah, pretty much like if you're always on the computer, which I always am since I'm editing, I was able to do it quite efficiently. There is more I need to say though. So the pressure of working as a direct, the pressures of the pressure of being a TD is you gotta be quick. Like you have to be able to react quickly. The director could say ready camera one, but want to take camera two and quickly say ready camera two and take it. So you have to be able to work quickly, and that's an added pressure. But once again, once you do things with practice over and over, you tend to get good at it, and I got pretty good at it. So, yeah,
My last question.
sure.
Um, what's the most memorable moment for you for any open booth or any position? Is there anything that resonates with you, that stick with you, that you contemplate on, or even change a little bit aspect of your life? Like, was the open door benefit you in any way?
So has Open Door benefit me in any way? Definitely. So Open Door has benefit me in being more of a forward thinker, because I will always be within myself and think of, oh no, this is kind of like nerve wracking. Maybe I shouldn't approach it. Or am I going to suck at this? Or am I going to say this wrong? Or am I going to forget something or not pay attention enough? So it made me afraid of trying something new, and open doors. The fact that I knew that once I get past the finish line, or once everything is cut from start to finish, I will experience something, and that will eventually become good on my resume. God damn, what the freak am I going with this? What was the question again?
Basically,
Because I'm like, what the freak am I gonna say about this question? But I'm talking and I'm like rumbling. I feel like.
yeah. Dwell on it. Actually, let's think about the
So
most
yeah, you're saying what the
the-
most
the-
memorable thing
yeah,
is, but what?
that's the memorable part, like the most memorable thing from this, or what have you taken away from this day? Like,
Okay, I
some people
mean,
started mentioned something. I was like, that'd be nice to hear what to say about this.
I guess I'll say that. One thing I like about open doors is it actually makes me come out my shell. It makes me interact with other people that I usually don't interact with. What the frick am I saying? That's a lie, bro. It's a lie. How should I approach this, man? How should I approach
Yeah,
this?
like,
Like, okay, I think what I'm trying to say is along the lines of it was hard at first, or if I'm nervous, I wouldn't want to do something, but I took the chance and I like it. Now I'm not nervous.
How do you approach things more like differently now as opposed to before you did?
All right, cool. I think I'll go and say that.
that worked.
Um, One thing I could say about Open Doors is it actually changed my experience in a lot of things. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, for instance, at first, when I was nervous about something, I wouldn't try to do it or accomplish it. I would just keep it to the side. But just like Open Doors, I was actually scared to be on the camera or scared to ask questions or even scared to be a TD and work on the mixing board. That's what it's called, right? But now, as a TD, and scared to work on the mixing board. But now that I've gotten over the nerves and the fact that I did it, got over the nerves and was able to like accomplish it, and now I like it. It's a great experience to the fact that Jesus Christ, why did I say to the fact that yo, you ever write and press delete and then you're like, bro, what the frick were you writing that for? You changing it again?
Yeah, so easy for you to cut to some different shot and then cut to.
I guess. I guess. Jesus Christ. How is this one hard for me?
You grow. Didn't you grow from this? You, how did you grow from this? What did you do? First,
All right. Being a crew member on Open Doors has made me grow into the point of being a crew member on Open Doors. I was able to be on a live production TV studio set, and I worked as a TD, a camera operator, and a question asker. What the frick do they call those people?
yes, man.
God damn.
Audience, sorry. It's audience.
Audience what? Audience member, right? Working in Open Doors, I was able to being a crew member on Open Doors. You're right. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here, man. It's kind of hard, son.
Before,
I know the first one. I know. I'm like, I don't know.
I am
Okay. You want me just to start? Okay. Hello, my name is Edward Santiago. I worked mostly camera operator for the Open Doors production. Mostly either camera 1 or camera 3. I remember one time, I love the fact that it's like live and you can't make mistakes, but mistakes do happen. I remember one time they was calling out, I think they were saying Edward, they were saying my name and not camera 3, and I was live and I was slightly moving the camera. And then they said, camera 3, stop moving the camera. I was like, oh. So it was like, that's stuff that happens. You have to pay attention. It's a good test. It's a good test to be to get you ready for to work in that field. But yeah, I enjoyed all the Open Doors. They're very interesting. Sometimes while I'm behind the camera, I wish I was sitting in the audience because I could really pay full attention because I have headphones on, and people always calling out camera, saying camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, get a tight shot, get a 2 shot, zoom in to Wazowski, so you have to. I'm trying to listen to what the people are talking on the stage, and also I'm paying a lot of attention to what's going on in my ear. So but overall it's a great experience. Okay.
My experience on Open Doors.
my name,
Oh, stuff.
name and program.
I got the name in the program.
What's the name?
My name is Manuel Bush.
Good. Continue.
Oh. My name is Manuel Bush, and I worked on Open Doors plenty of times. I was a floor manager, audio tool, and a camera operator. My experience was very helpful. Like, Open Doors was literally the first time I ever worked on a live TV show, and it's kind of fun, You get the pressure of it being perfect or semi-perfect. You learn new things and just have fun, basically.
gain experience so you can put on your resume. So when you go to an interview and they ask you, have you ever worked on Open Doors or a live TV show, you can say yes. So I would recommend you to work as a crew member or even as an audience on Open Doors.
Hopefully she like burned it.
I'm from so-and-so school looking for a tape that was recorded here.
What?
Janine, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
24.
24? When you turning 25?
December.
December? Oh, December. Okay, so then, how old were you when you did it? This is weird. Like the question.
11, 12, I think.
Question was asked, 11, 12? Sounds like porn.
Stop.
Cameras rolling. So you don't tell me your name and the position you play, the role you play in Open Doors. And then you can also tell me this.
I'm nervous. This is nervous. Yes, I'm nervous. Shut up.
You look like a little kid.
Okay, stop it, please. What's the last question?
So yeah, you're gonna tell me the position you play,
Mm-hmm.
role you play in Open Doors, and like how did you land that position, and what was the state of mind when you first got that position? Like, were you confident you could do it? What was it like? Your first time being a teleprompter, and I've never done anything like that before. So let's do your name, position, and
Looks okay.
you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. Your name,
Mm-hmm.
the role.
Roll.
What is the role? Like what is teleprompter? Like what the? Yeah, what do you do as a teleprompter?
What is the proper term for that? Like I'm feeding a script to the director, to whoever's to the talent. Okay.
And then your approach the first time, your first experience teleprompter.
Okay.
No,
No, I got it. I'm just nervous. Stop looking at me.
Alright.
Only Ryan can look at me. Sorry, you can look at me. Not you. Look at me.
What is it? It's these eyes. My eyes is
What?
judgmental.
Yes, like Joe Henry right now. Okay. Yeah, we're all looking at some point. Okay. I am an person, by the way. I can't. I'm so horrible. Okay. You know, it's weird. I actually did want to become an actress when I was younger. I don't know why, because I can't even talk in front of this camera. Don't.
You did acting in Stephanie's film as the husband. As the husband. You want us to step outside?
As the husband?
No, as the husband catch.
As the husband's catch?
Welcome back. You did act.
I mean, let's be real. That was like, literally Ryan called me as I was walking up to school. He's like, oh, you're acting. That's it.
I lie to you a lot, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I gotta stop.
Okay. Okay. Hi, my name is Janine Rosario. I am the teleprompter for Open Doors, which entails me feeding a script to the talent.
Definitely do that again. But
No, please.
feeding the script? No,
Yeah. Isn't that right? Yeah.
But do it again. Someone look at me to validate.
I know. No, sorry. I was just like, the way I'm hearing myself sounds very bad. Okay, no, I'm starting again.
What the freak am I saying?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Sorry, you guys are gonna be here for a while.
That's cool. I mean, I'm just gonna suffer.
Hi, my name is Janine Rosario, and I am the teleprompter for Open Doors, which entails feeding a script to the talent. I first got into it by no, sorry, that was wrong. I'm trying to figure out how to say it without it sounding like I was forced to do it. Okay. So basically,
Was asking, say, hey, do you want Italian? Do you want Italian?
no, it was Robbie actually.
I think it was Robbie.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure like, okay, so like the old chief engineer asked me if I wanted to be a part of Open Doors.
For Robbie or the Soman.
I have to say all of that.
So
That is
just
the
say
last one.
Robbie. The previous
That's-
engineer, Robbie.
The former chief engineer
Or the engineer at the time.
at the time. Okay. Is that not his position?
That we got today.
Exactly. Okay.
Let's record it, bro. What if I was playing that back without headsets?
Okay. I was prompted by the old chief engineer. I was prompted by the former chief engineer. Okay, sorry. I kept saying old. Okay.
He was speaking notes.
I would like speaking notes. Anyways.
It has nothing to do with me saying like, yeah, I'm a. Like, I hope that's
No, it's
something
just
like thinking I don't
me.
wanna
Yeah.
say, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yo, there was some guy way worse than that in my presentation yesterday. He was like so like yeah. So
That's literally me.
I'm like what?
Yeah.
No, just he was
Okay.
a lot worse.
Yeah. If you say so.
He was like threw out the like all the likes that ever like.
So like yeah, no, I've met people like that. Okay. I was prompted by the former. Sorry, I keep looking at you.
You used to interest like close.
You could mix it. You could mix it.
Yeah, please. It makes it a lot easier for me to cut.
I didn't even all the way
So
up
it
to
just
your
look like a
eyeballs.
jump cut. It just look like you changed the camera angle. Oh, camera frame.
How close am I? I feel weird.
You know, I don't
Go. Okay. Should I start again? All the way from the beginning? I don't want. Okay.
say previous
Yes.
engineer Robbie.
So I was asked by the former chief engineer Robbie if I wanted to be part of Open Doors, and he asked me if I wanted to do teleprompters. So that's how I got into it. Yeah, that was bad. I could feel it.
No, it was good actually.
No, I kept like looking.
Yeah,
Okay, that was fine.
cut.
Okay. Do I do the end again?
You need to do the whole part again.
The whole part again? Okay.
And then you just go into like how you felt about it.
How I felt about it. Okay.
Speak about your background. Maybe, like, you know, it's kind of weird since my background is not this, but I enjoy doing it.
Okay. So start. Do that part again. Okay. I was asked. I was asked by the former chief engineer Robbie if I wanted to be part of Open Doors, and he asked me if I wanted to do teleprompters. So I said yes, which was a little nerve-wracking just because my background isn't in media production; it's in horticulture, which has to do with plants and gardening. In case you were wondering. So yeah, I basically had to be taught everything, and yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but everyone kept encouraging me to do it, and now I've been doing it for several episodes now, so it's great. What?
So you can see your name next to your. I want just to freeze it. Freeze frame it, and then put like a moving title at the bottom, official teleprompter.
So sorry, what do you want me to do?
Just like it's like your tag. So
Okay.
There
you go.
Because she's funny.
Oh, thank you. Okay, was that good? Bad? My. Oh no, not that. I'm talking about like my speech.
No, it
You're
was
like,
good. It
don't
was
just stay like this. Okay, that's it.
No, I'm not done. Yeah. So, what was the most memorable moment for you at when any of these was? What can you take away? What have you taken away?
Sorry, no, I'm trying to make sure. I don't have a favorite moment, but I'm just talking about my like an overall experience.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, that's what I was gonna do. Okay, so do you want your phone? Is that not your phone?
Oh, I like it, but like, I'm just dancing.
Oh, okay. So I just had the word in my mouth and I forgot it. Okay. This is why I'm never on camera. Okay. So I have felt very fortunate to be a part of Open Doors and this program in general. Oh, no, that's wrong.
Well, you're not in the program, but you're part of
No, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna like that, not the program, like being able to interact with people in the program. Is that better? Okay. So I have felt very fortunate to be a part of Open Doors and being able to interact with the people in the program because it developed a new love interest in myself that I never would have tried out if I didn't apply for this job and talked with everyone else, I guess. So, yeah, okay, sorry.
No, it's good. You can listen. That's all.
Thank you.
One last time. How important it is to practice as a talent? How important is it to practice as a talent? Like how often you recommend someone to pick up a random script that's lying here and just practice scrolling? Actually, scratch that. Sorry, scratch that. Sorry, I just had a better question. I think it's a better question.
Okay.
What is the most challenging thing as a teleprompter?
I like that question better. Yeah, okay. The most challenging thing about being a teleprompter is matching the script to the person's words, the way they talk, if that makes sense. So I think in our heads, we're able to read a lot faster than we talk. So naturally, we would want the script to be faster. But when we're talking, and if you want it to be more natural, you would have to do it slower. And just being able to match their speed is very critical to being a teleprompter. Yeah, I like that answer. Thank you. I like the answer.
That was good. That's called good stuff. All right.
Hello, my name is Jarrell Chappelle. I've worked on a total of 2 Open Doors. I've worked as camera 4, and I've worked on the prompter as well. It was a great experience for me, as far as getting real work experience in live production. Before that, I've never done it before, so that was actually my first 2 times doing it, and it was actually fun. I made a few mistakes here and there, but it's mistakes that I can actually clean up going into the real workforce. So I appreciate the opportunity from Bronx Community College, and thank you.
All right, Joe Hemphrey.
Yeah.
There's no R in this freaking FRY, man. There's no R there. It's FY.
He's not free.
I want to state for the record, if Ryan appears dead tomorrow, that's not my fault.
That is exactly your fault. You're the reason why.
Okay,
I stated it for the
GOMP.
record. Yes, sir.
State your name and your business again. State your name.
My name and my business. Hello. Name. All right. Allahu. Okay.
So, wait. So you're gonna, for me, you're gonna tell me your name, and then you're gonna tell me the position you play, the roles you play in Open Doors.
Open Doors.
And then you'll also tell me how have you been?
How has it been being in Open Doors? All right. All right. So, my name is Johan Fiduran, and I've been part of the last, I want to say 6 Open Door shows, I believe. The first 2 were playback operator, and the rest of them was between camera 3 and then camera 1. Being part of the Open Doors is really a learning experience. It really is. It teaches you a lot of things, and going with the studio class that you take here in Bronx Community College, you actually do get to get more hands-on things that you actually don't get in other schools. Usually they just get you the class and then that's it. If you get in somewhere, then you get in. If you don't, then you don't. But here we actually get hands-on experience working on a live production. You do definitely learn a lot of the good things and a lot of the things that actually go wrong during Open Doors. In terms of camera, some of the things that could go wrong is if you're caught on live and you don't know that you're actually live and you try to do a maneuver and then that kind of ends up messing up the flow of things. But that's something that you kind of learn and you actually start paying more attention to what the director is calling and what the shots are being put up on live stream and all that. But it's been a really good experience so far.
Is there any memorable moments from being
No. Okay. Is there any memorable moments?
like any of the moments of work? Is there anything that you take away that says shit? That resonates with you, that stick with you, that you thought about after you heard it?
After I heard it, like something from the panelist.
Yeah.
What was that lady's thing? It was this lady. Damn, it was the woman from Powers.
Oh,
She said something.
what's something Cam?
Just the power, the panel of power.
Yeah, the kind of power. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm trying to remember what it was that she said.
What is it like? What is it along the line?
It was something about once you're in this industry, that there's a lot of people that are gonna like tell you, no, you can't do this or you could do that, but you're not gonna know unless you actually start doing it, type of thing. But one of the most memorable moments I remember from Open Doors was when we had the producer from Power attend one of the panels, and she was talking about how once you get into the industry, you really are constrained, if that's how you say it, or restricted to not actually being able to do something that you like or that you might want to do. You always have people telling you, no, you can't do this because of this, you can't do that because of that. But she always said not to give up and keep going at what it is that you want to do. And eventually, once you do it, you'll find out what it is that you are actually good at. Yeah, that's it. Courtney Camp.
There we go.
All right.
Cool.
Said Sean.
Sean Camp.
Basketball player.
As a you said playback and camera, right?
Yeah, playback in camera.
What was the most challenging position you What's the most challenging role you had to do Open Doors? And why particularly was that challenging?
All right. One of the most demanding roles in Open Doors that I don't think other people might think is that demanding, but playback is actually a little bit demanding in terms of once the playback starts, you actually have to count down towards when the show is going to begin, if the playback needs to be cut a certain way, or if you need to roll in another playback right after the one that you're already playing. So you have to make sure that everything is in sync, because otherwise you don't want to just have a frozen frame in or start the show too early or start the show too late. You actually want to let everybody know, like, hey, we got 10 seconds, we got 30 seconds left. And if you're not really keen into keeping that timing down, then that's when things could really go wrong.
Last but not least, I just like, if you were to give a sentence or so a couple sentences, words of wisdom to current up-and-coming students about Open Doors, what would you say?
If I have to give any advice to any upcoming Open Doors students that might want to work on it, I would definitely say don't be shy to try out different positions because you never know what you're gonna land on. Even though it does seem kind of scary at first because you are doing it live and it's not like the studio class where you have like a mock-up thing going on and it won't actually count towards anything apart from just trying to learn some of the stuff. But once you're in Open Doors, you'll be able to get more comfortable with certain of the roles and you'll be able to know like, hey, this isn't gonna work for this or this happened here, and then you'll be able to find out and kind of troubleshoot things along the way. And it's always good to get hands on everything. Yeah.
Start. Hey, my name is Joseph Murillo. I worked in one Open Doors in the past as camera 4. I had a great time, and my experience with my team was great. I liked it a lot because I used to work with my team. Can I do that again? I messed up.
Don't say numbers, but just say I work in Open Doors. Whatever.
I'm gonna say as camera 4.
Use the camera 4 if you want to.
All right. My name is Joseph Murillo. Oh my God, I can't be in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah, I feel you.
I messed up OD. Hold on. Let me think. Hold on.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk?
All right. Hey, my name is Joseph Murillo. I worked in the Open Doors in the past as camera 4. My experience was having a great time with my team and great experience too. I used to record the audience, and that was great because I used to listen what the director's telling me, and I didn't get to do that in the past. So working with a team is a great experience.
Cool. All these snippets, because it might mean the whole thing is piece.
Yeah.
So guys, whatever I say to you.
Hi, I'm Dave Davis. I'm a video editing instructor here at BCC. I've been to several Open Doors, and I think they're great. They're great opportunities for everybody, but especially for the students to get to meet industry insiders, and we always learn something new every time we attend one of the Open Doors.
All right, just talk.
I could talk. Cool. My name is Ryan Tony. I am a CLT now, but I was a student that worked on the first Open Door, and currently I have a total of 14, 12, 11. How much, Dennis?
We have 12.
Cool. Right. My name is Ryan Tony, and I've worked on probably 9 out of the 12.
11. I just realized that because the 12 is Wasowski's thing.
Right. Hi, my name is Ryan Tony. I'm currently CLT at the Bronx Community College in the media program, and I've worked on probably 9 out of the 11 Open Doors panel discussions. The first couple I worked as a camera operator. I think it was camera 1 or camera 3. And to be honest, I've been doing live production for 5 years, now total of 9 years. And camera was basically second nature to me, so I didn't feel the pressure as a camera operator. And then I switched from camera 1 or 3 to camera 4, which is basically the audience shot, which was interesting because you're in charge of catching like the reaction of the crowd. And that was fun, but it was not challenging enough for me. I then take up the mantle of lighting director. Now that was challenging because lighting being placed to light a whole set is nothing I've never done before. I've always been the guy who assists the lighting director, but I was placed to light at least, I would say 7 of these Open Door programs. I've learned a lot. It made me realize that I love lighting, and I've also distinguished between know how to distinguish between lighting for stage and lighting for a studio. The experience I got from lighting, from camera, from being in production is always an experience that I've cherished because I get to be in my element where I'm always just making something, or being a part of making something. Unfortunately, you miss out information as being said at the panel, but just zone. It's just fuck.
Start over again for me, though.
All of them were my guy.
No, start like what
My
you were
name.
saying about the experience.
Right. So the experience you gain from working on live production, it's a surreal experience because in our production, there's room for mistakes. We would prefer not to have those mistakes, but this is the place to make these mistakes. In this program, you learn from these mistakes as well too. I could say that before I've done this, I have no idea what's going with that. The experience of working on a live production could be very scary. This is at our school, so we have the opportunity to make our mistakes here. We have the opportunity to learn more here. We have the opportunity to put in practice what we've been taught in class, right at the Open Door production. Open Doors for me is an opportunity to push my craft further, to experience more in like creating a program. One great thing about this program is that I have the opportunity to put it on my resume, and it's going to be on CUNY TV. So in the credits, it's going to be Ryan Tony, camera operator, Ryan Tony, camera operator 4, Ryan Tony, lighting director for a lot of those shows. And I get to use it as a door for any live production. I was like, yes, I have gained experience on a live production. So Open Doors all around. This gives students and myself opportunity to practice and own our craft. It's a challenging thing, and it's also very. I fucked up. Open Doors give the students opportunity. Fuck, Brian, slow it down.
Let's try that again, but that's so enthusiastic.
All right. Open Doors for me is an opportunity to practice, to zone my skills in, and basically make connections with a crew, with friends, with the guests that are on our shows. They have the opportunity, they have the jobs for us, they have the real world experience. They are here to give us information, and we are here to definitely, if possible, get opportunity to work for them or work with them. Open Doors literally does what his name is. It opens the door.
Come, bro, that was good.
Okay. My name is Katya Yakubov. I teach the Intro to Digital Filmmaking class here at BCC. I always encourage my students to go to the Open Doors sessions because I think it's a wonderful link for the students to see how what they learn in the classroom connects to the industry. What tools and techniques actual people who are actually working use, and how many of those tools and networks are actually accessible to students now, especially in the digital age. So I always encourage my students to go to the Open Doors casting. I'm sorry. Can I say that last part, or do you need it all in one take?
I can say that.
You'll cut it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just say the last part. Okay. So I always encourage my students to go to the Open Doors sessions when BCC has them.
That's it?
That's it. Do you want me to say something else?
Honestly, the question asked a few questions actually.
Okay.
So we all rolling.
How many Open Doors have you been to?
How many open calls?
Open Doors.
I've only been to one, so maybe that's not a good question to ask. Yeah.
How was your experience with the Open Doors?
The one I went to was casting, and I thought it was really informative. Okay. The Open Doors one that I went to recently was about casting. I thought it was very informative, and we had 3 guest speakers who were all women who were all working in the industry in various capacities to do with casting. One woman was in charge of background actors, and I thought that was she was very encouraging to students who might be interested in doing that kind of work, and really explained like the steps they could take to get into that line of work. And also there was a woman who was in charge of main casting, and they talked about the differences between the two. I thought it was really informative, and I think the students were really engaged, and I was certainly engaged.
Was there any particular question you wanted to ask students to ask at the time?
Say that again?
Was there any particular question? Was there any particular question you wanted to ask them that you didn't get to ask them at that time?
That I asked the speakers?
That you didn't get to ask?
No. I'll say this. Open Doors leaves a lot of room for dialogue. People emailed with questions that were asked on air. The students who came just downstairs from where our classroom is were able to ask the questions that they wanted to ask. So Open Doors really allows for a lot of dialogue between students from not just BCC, from around CUNY, and the people that are speaking from the industry.
Was there one particular thing you took away from that program that you went to along and said this is very interesting?
I think the one takeaway I got from the Open Doors that I went to about casting was just about how accessible certain parts of the industry are to even students who are just at the beginning of their filmmaking careers, and how almost laid out some of the steps are as to how students can begin to walk the path of working in the industry that they want to work in.
So I don't know if you know, we did a total of 11 shows. I don't know exactly everything that we covered so far, but what would you recommend our next show to be? If you like, top of your head.
My answer is a little bit biased because I think one of the departments that doesn't get enough credit and enough attention and enough technical knowledge and explanation is the sound department. Sound can really make or break a film, so it would be very interesting to invite some professional sound recordists to come talk to the students about how they got into the career, what equipment do they use, the theory and the practical application of sound recording. That's it? You know, it's funny, my job is...
We did have an episode as a sound